Pakistan cricket seems to be in its worst crisis once again. After losing the first two T20 matches against a Sri Lankan side without many first-choice players, Pakistan, who has been ranked number 1 in the World T20 rankings, might be whitewashed at home. Sarfaraz Ahmed and Misbah ul Haq's roles have fallen under a lot of scrutiny ever since their World Cup debacle as well. Misbah, who is a coach and also the selector of the side, has accepted that Pakistan is struggling in every position.
जब आप मतलब ऐसी टीम से आ रहे हैं कि जिसके बेशतर मेन प्लेयर ना आए, बट आई थिंक कि हमारे लिए अच्छा आई ओपनर है. जो डेफिशिएंसीज हमें नज़र आ रही हैं हर डिपार्टमेंट में, हमारी बॉलिंग की, हमारी बैटिंग की, स्पेशली जिस तरीके से हम लोग दोनों मैचों में आउट हुए हैं.
Alright, so Misbah ul Haq, who's in fact the coach as well as the selector of the Pakistani side, saying that there are some deficiencies which needs to be ironed out. Until then, it is a learning experience for Pakistan. Harpal Singh Bedi, popular sports journalist, is with me in the studio. And Mr. Bedi, what do you make of firstly the concept of the coach being the selector as well? Don't you think that in fact is a sort of a contradictory?
Yeah, and you see clash of interests as this
Absolutely.
Conflict of interest or clash of interest, yeah. I don't know, but this is how they are. But what happens is, rightly talking before the program, Pakistan is in denial. No, you have lost a match. You have lost a match.
Correct.
No, there's no problem. And T20 is not a big thing. You lose match or you have lost 2 matches and you lost a series. But you condemn this team first of all. You never took this team seriously.
Sure.
Now, when this team landed up, a lot of people called it a team D, not even B and C. They say, what is this? Why they have sent the team?
Is it similar to the way we sort of undermined South Africa in the T20 games?
Yeah, we did it. And we suffered in the World Cup when we undermined New Zealand. What is this semi-final? We have won already. So when you start undermining or taking the opponents very lightly, this happens. Sports is a very cruel leveler. They bring you down to earth. And this is what is happening in Pakistan now. Everybody criticizing everybody. And now the question is, rather accepting the defeat and giving credit to the Sri Lankans who played so well, they are criticizing their own side now. And they are now taking it back, that when Haq was there, Imam ul Haq was there, Inam ul Haq was the coach, he never left anybody. So if this now we don't have a bench strength and everything. So I think what you have said is a very correct thing, is that if you live in denial, this happens.
So what is Pakistan supposed to do at this point? First of all, Sri Lanka was not even ready to go to Pakistan and play these games, and now they have in fact gone to Pakistan and beaten Pakistan bat and blue at home. This speaks volumes about the chinks in their armour and the gaping holes in the way they have been conducting their cricketing affairs.
As we said in sports, if you take opponent lightly, this happens everywhere, in every team. Like we talk about India, in the World Cup we suffered it, and you have said we suffered because we took South Africa very lightly. Wherever we take opponent lightly, this happens. And I think Pakistan should learn a lesson rather than living in a denial that why happened, rather than condemning the team and not appreciating the opponent. See, why you are insisting that this is a D-class team? This is not. They played very well. They are representing the team. They are representing the nation. So they came here. They won the series against it. They played very well in ODI series. What else you want? They played well in Karachi. They played well in. They won the series in Lahore. Now you are cribbing because you have your own conflicts. So instead of accepting that we have lost to a better side on a day.
Absolutely.
And T20 is not a big shake in any
It's a lottery, like you always say.
Huh?
Somebody has to spin that wheel. And we also have a former cricketer, Ajay Mehra, joining us in the studio. Ever enchanting and ever charming. Ajay, what do you make of Pakistan's dismal loss? First of all, I was under the feeling that it will be Sri Lanka who will be under a lot of pressure because security has always been a concern in Pakistan. And 2009, it was the same team which was attacked, but yet they beat Pakistan black and blue. And now there is a possibility we're going to see a whitewash of the number 1 T20 team.
Absolutely, but I think credit to Sri Lanka because they have a few youngsters who are coming up. There was a big hole to fill in, especially if you see people like Sangakkara, Jayawardene going out of the side. But I think the youngsters, the way they have performed, I think these are great signs for Sri Lankan cricket. Pakistan on the whole, playing at home, there were a lot of expectations, support of the home crowd. But I think Sri Lanka deserved to win. The way they played, I think one aspect, of course, we always mention about bowling and batting, but I think fielding was outstanding by Sri Lanka, and that's one department what I saw as well, that the fielding was absolutely phenomenal. Some lovely catches, and those are the turnabouts in a T20 game in the shorter format. If you take those half chances, convert those half chances, you're always on the top.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.